class, we learn the benefit cost analysis and payback period, and we have fallen in objective, explain the benefit cost, B over C analysis in project financial evaluation, and then we can use that benefit cost analysis to evaluate project alternatives, and then we explain the payback method, and then compare the project alternative using the payback method. So let's start with the benefit cost analysis. So one project is considered to be attractive if the benefits minus the benefit exceed the costs. And what are the benefits, this benefit and cost? Benefits, the advantages experienced by the owner. I give you an example. If we build a, a road in our areas, a new road, then the benefits of building the new roads, that is uh, reduce the hours, the user cost that they can use, because the new road can save time, travel time. When you save travel time, save cost for the user, the rider. Or the other benefit, it can be when you build a road, good road, then the land, the house in that areas will be increase the value. That consider the benefit. For the disbenefit, it called disadvantage to the owner. If you build a road, especially in our area, we have to chop trees, we have to go through the wetland, all of that will have the negatively impact to our environment. And with that, we need to consider that a disbenefit. And then we have the cost. So this benefit is different from the cost, as you can see there. The cost, any expenditure for construction, operation and maintenance, we call it O&M, etc., and less any service values. You already know what is service value at the end of life of the project. What are the money we recover from that? That is service value. Initial construction, you already know that is the cost to build a road. With that example, operation and maintenance, you have to resurface the road every several years. You have maintenance, etc. So that operation and maintenance cost. So with that one, to determine the ratio B over C, then for the conventional B over C, the ratio, the numerator is benefits, subtract any disbenefit over the cost. And in this case, the cost including the initial costs for construction and the operation and maintenance costs. And some other people use modified B over C, so it's similar to B over C, but for the cost, they separate the expenditure for construction and operation and maintenance. So put the operation and maintenance cost on top, initial cost in the denominator, so that is modified B over C. For this class, you can use any method, B over C conventional or modified B over C. It's up to you to use. But I give you two so that you can know if you read different financial analysis of project evaluation, you can see people may use the ratio differently. So keep that in mind in here. Regardless, if you get the B over C, we've had the conclusion about whether that project is attractive or not attractive, or the modified B over C, you should get the same answer. And the question comes, how we determine the project is attractive? So basically here, if that ratio, whether it B over C or modified B over C, greater than 1 or equal to 1, then we consider that it's financially viable. If it's less than 1, then it's not viable, because as you can see, if the ratio here less than 1, then the benefits basically is less than the cost. So it's not worthwhile to proceed that project. And for comparing alternative, use the challenger and defender concept in the that we already discussed in IRR analysis. For this lesson, I'm not going to demonstrate comparing alternative with B over C, but in the additional practice problem, we have that for you. Practice that, the solution on Canvas, so that you to see and use the challenger defender concept for benefit cost analysis. Similar we do in IRR analysis. Keep that in mind. So with that here, I show you example normally benefit cost analysis they use for the public project. And I see you one here, which is the Lee County Complete Street Initiative. And that project started some years ago. And the benefit, complete street, so basically the street, typically people think about the road for the car, but to be a complete street, you need to have a beautification, trees, you need to have a bike lane, you have good for the sidewalk, all of that, it make a complete street. So accommodate all mode of transportation from automobile to walker or biker. So that all you have. So then for this, they got the federal grant, as you can see here. The grant about more than $10 million from the federal government, called Tiger grant, and then the matching fund from the local 2.7 million, and the project cost is more than 13 millions in our Lee County areas. So that available on Canvas if you read through, and you can see how they address criteria, etc. to got the grant. It's very competitive, and you can see there. So the who got benefit for this project, so you see that make it complete. Originally, in this case, example for project in Colonial Boulevard, and no bike lane, sidewalk, and now the complete street is like that. So the project is about to improve the road in our Lee County areas. And if you see who benefits from that in different location, including FGCU, as you can see, our Florida Golf Course here also have connection to the loop and also benefit from this project as well. So let's go to, they explain different criteria, how they address, but let me go to very bottom here so that they can show you the how they address the benefit cost analysis. And if you're interested, I suggest you go to Canvas in this lesson to read through this report that they get the money from the federal grant and how they evaluate. So here it is, selection criteria, and here they show you, you see the benefit cost analysis. What are and the project start at 2013, projection at time zero, and you can see just like our free body, our cash flow diagram, as you can see, 0 to year 22, 2035, and this is the initial project cost, and then you can see the benefit that can bring for this project. For example, save the people time, reduce the crash. When you reduce accident, you improve the benefit. You reduce more people use the bike compared to car, then save for the environment, have the benefit associated with that. So that's how they determine the benefit. So as you can see, compare the operation and maintenance cost. So that you get the net benefit. So with that one, be able to find out the net of the benefit is it cost $87 million. That is the cumulative benefit subtract on the operation maintenance cost and initial cost. And as you can see for this project, this is benefit cost that we are going to talk today, and something we are already talking about is the net present value. And this one by 2035, the net present value, all the money, including the operation and maintenance costs, initial cost, and then the benefit, the net present value, which is at time zero, that they calculate 2013 is $87 million. So as you can see that any positive, when NPV is positive, we say that project is financially attractive. And then they also use another method that we already discussed, that is internal rate of return, IRR. And for this project, the internal rate of return, more than 20%. And as you can see with that, you see that is look good for the public project. The return is 20% per year. And so far we study net present value in this local project. They do that, and you can see internal rate of return they did there, and then the benefit cost analysis. So that normally when you evaluate project, we try to capture on the method, because different people use familiar with different method here. So for people here, we learn this class, you know what in net present value, $87 million. Oh, that is equivalent all the benefit to track all the costs at time now 2013, based on this time of this project. They evaluate the net present value at 87 million, huge, and you think, oh wow, it looks attractive. But some people say, what is the net present value if they don't take this class? Then we have another method, internal rate of return. And everyone without studying this class can be able to imagine, with this Lee County Complete Street project, if we invest $13 million, the internal rate of return in the next 22 years to 2035 is returning more than 20% per year, 20.27% per year. So everyone without learning our class can be able to know, oh wow, we return 20% compared to current bond, federal money. If you get the U.S. Treasury bond, it may be 1 or 2%, gives you 20%. It's huge, so that can be able to utilize. And then benefit cost, we can with that benefit and cost. So as you can see, you can use different methods that we cover in this class to evaluate one same project, and it should got the same answer regardless of the method you use. The first three methods that we learned: net present value, internal rate of return, and benefit cost analysis. So this one, as you can see, gives you an example of use the benefit cost analysis. And in the next video, we will work on one problem: how to determine B over C with conventional and